Hey, it's time for Cleared for Takeoff. He's got his Flyers jersey on. He is Richard Kaplan.
Thank you, Howie. This week I want to talk to you about what's going on at LaGuardia Airport and why there's so much controversy surrounding what's going on at LaGuardia Airport. LaGuardia is undergoing what will be a $4.5 billion makeover, which will take it out of its third world status and bring it into the future. The problem is the fact that LaGuardia sits right off the Grand Central Parkway, and the Grand Central is its main access point in and out of the airport. Unlike JFK, which is more recessed, you take the Van Wyck or you take the Nassau Expressway in. The problem with LaGuardia is that LaGuardia is a very congested airport, extremely congested. You can wait hours on end for flights to come in and go out. My sister is coming into Newark because of LaGuardia's congestion. Because LaGuardia is just too congested and also too expensive. But one of the biggest problems I find is the lack of mass transit. The fact that you don't have a dedicated air train system going in and out of LaGuardia, which would make it so much easier to access. JFK, for example, when I went to Fort Lauderdale, I took the Long Island Railroad to air train, connected at Jamaica Station, hopped on the air train for $5, takes you right to your terminal. The problem is that LaGuardia is supposed to be getting an air train, but God only knows when they'll put it in. And both the governor and Mayor de Blasio have not really been very vocal about the fact of the congestion at LaGuardia, which is why I'm bringing it up this week. I think we need to really get on board and, no pun intended, get this thing cleared for takeoff. We have to get these people in and out of the airport where they don't miss their flights or they don't miss connecting flights. That's the beauty of aviation, is that when you land in an airport, you're timed within a certain amount of hours to your connecting flight. LaGuardia is so messed up that a lot of people miss their connecting flights. And it's not the fault of Port Authority per se, where it's more the fault in construction. The fact that construction is going on as the airport is operating, which makes it very difficult for passengers to get in and out. So what I recommend is that construction work with the people in general. They all work together on the same page to get this airport up and running smoothly and efficiently.
Good point. Richard, one thing I was going to ask last week, but I want to ask you this week, is that I felt that one of the reasons, maybe not a huge reason, but maybe a factor about Governor Cuomo getting reelected is the fact that he did commit to a huge billion-dollar renovation at LaGuardia. And I think a lot of people, I think that was a plus for him, because I think a lot of people realized that LaGuardia was in terrible shape and needed a major renovation. So do your feelings that Governor Cuomo, that was a real plus for his campaign, that he decided to make the renovation of LaGuardia Airport? And I read one article where they felt that LaGuardia might go from one of the worst airports in the world to one of the best. So talk about that aspect.
Absolutely, Howie. I think that Governor Cuomo got reelected because of his pro-infrastructure stance. He has been very strong about infrastructure in this state. He pushed for a new Tappan Zee bridge, got that through with no problem. Now it's operating. LaGuardia is the same. LaGuardia will not be up and running, though, till around 2020. But the wait is going to be well worth it. The new terminal design is stunning. It allows for air train compatibility. It also allows for bus access. And there is a rumor circulating of a possible light rail transit system that would link Brooklyn and Queens together, and possibly LaGuardia. So that's a huge shot in the arm for your infrastructure and also for revenues. A lot of airlines call LaGuardia home: Southwest, Spirit, JetBlue, just to name a few. And the thing that makes LaGuardia so important is its location strategically to New York City. The fact that you are literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from Manhattan is so vital. And this airport, when it first opened, this airport historically was a seaplane airport for Pan Am. Pan Am flew their Clipper aircraft right out of the harbor to Europe and the Far East. Now, you have airlines that are going to be operating from New York to Florida, New York to Canada, and I believe that when LaGuardia gets this expansion, airlines such as Iceland Air, which just took delivery of the 737 MAX, the MAX has the range to fly from Iceland, from Reykjavik to LaGuardia, which would be a huge asset, a major asset. I've been saying for years that LaGuardia needs more international traffic. I'm surprised that they don't have flights to Mexico. I'm surprised they don't have flights to the Caribbean. So you need this. This is a very important expansion. It's one that's going to bring a lot of money, Howie, and a lot of jobs.
All right, great job, Rich Kaplan. Cleared for Takeoff.